I was 8.5 years old when I did my first show with e.T.c.
And do you remember how nervous or how you felt that time when you first came in?
I do. I was terrified. I didn't necessarily want to be on stage, but my parents thought it would be a great idea. I wanted to be a part of something, and e.T.c. allowed me to be part of a team and have a little fun, although I was terrified, yes.
Well, I started when I was about to turn 8. So I was like 7.5-ish, and I've done over a dozen with e.T.c, but I've also done with other people, but e.T.c maybe like 16 or 17.
16 or 17 shows with e.T.c?
Yep.
So what is e.T.c to you, having done all those shows?
Well, when I first got to e.T.c, they were really welcoming, so it's kind of like, they're kind of like a second family.
She considers e.T.c to be her family, her extended family. And all the kids that she's essentially grown up with through each of these productions are some of her closest friends.
We have families that come do just the fall show or just the spring show or just summer. So there's always a variety of people that come and go based on what their other schedule needs are. So there's always a different group, and there's always new people, and there's always something wonderful to be learned. I know every time that I've done an e.T.c show, I mean, there's always a new kid in there that shows up the first day and they're shy and they're nervous and they're hiding behind their parents' legs, and by the end of the production they're just bursting with personality and presence, and just you see them running around with all this whole new set of friends. So you're gonna find someone that you have something in common with for sure.
After that first show?
I came in as the kid who stands behind his father's leg the entire time his father is talking to someone. And I walked out the kid who is pulling his father's hand to get him to go where he wants to go. I walked in very shy and very quiet. I wasn't really part of anything in school. And by the time that I left, I was involved in school shows, and I was on sports teams, and I was in student government. e.T.c gave me a ton of confidence, and I personally think it changed my life.
When Abaya, my younger daughter, began, she was 8 years old, and she began as a specialty dancer. And over the years, just the level of confidence in her is incredible. And it doesn't just translate to theater or music or any kind of stage performance, but even in a class. So when she has to present a project for English or social studies, and she has to get up in front of her class, the confidence she exudes, and just the ease with which she's able to talk, and I attribute all that to e.T.c.
Well, all the stuff that they teach you at e.T.c, like stage presence and projection and how to carry yourself, that all, like I said earlier, it carries into other aspects of your life. So if you didn't want to go into theater, which I am doing, but if you didn't, you could use all of that in a job interview or anything else that you wanted to do.
I think a lot of it was the process that e.T.c follows. The focus was on education rather than on performance. The focus was for me to learn something rather than for me to perform immediately at a super high level.
I believe every child should do one show, at least one show in their lifetime. All it takes is one show for these kids to make that transformation and understand and grow in some way, and to find themselves. And this healthy self-confidence that it builds with a child being in a positive, successful theater experience. The soft skills that are learned, in addition to the hard skills, are invaluable and inexplicable. I mean, we could sit here all day and name them all. Being part of a team, being responsible for your part, not working all the time with direct supervision, creating it on your own. And having that standing in someone else's shoes, and the sympathy of thinking of something outside of yourself, a greater whole, and being a team player, jumping, thinking on your feet in a stressful situation. I mean, they say people who have some theater experience in their background are 80 to 90% more likely to land a job at an interview, because those soft skills are so much more valuable to your success in life and apply across so many different venues that, it is rounding the whole person, really transforming you.